Greeting interwebs, it's Jack and K. Welcome for some more Pokemon XG Next Gen. Onwards to Area 7, I believe? Yeah, because we did Area 6 last time. Finally, some fresh air. Kind of fitting because I took a little bit of a break. Even though I'm recording this all on the same day, instead of jumping right into this area, I took a little break to step outside, let the dog have some time out, get fresh air for the both of us. So I see we're going into the rock route. No. I gotta stay off topic, stay off tangent. Because I'm a little worried that I was spending a little too much time in the last area of battles just not sharing, not connecting at all, and talking about what I've been up to and things that have been going on. It feels like my commentary is a little stagnated, only quote-unquote saved by just being a little tired and loopy with my words in the process. I think the fresh air helped. If not, this Mountain Dew that I've kind of slowly been putting into my body will do the trick. Now, speaking of which, I need a little hydration. So I think I'm feeling good enough to do one more area, and it's kind of a situation where, of course, I would rather record. I'd rather be in a situation where I have too much to edit. I like having a bulk of things to record, or that are already recorded, so even on days that I don't feel up to recording, more specifically not up to talking, I at least have something to edit. Which was why I was kind of feeling a little pressured of just like already running out of stuff to edit, even though I just recently had some recording sessions between streams. And honestly, it's mostly just streams at the moment to get back in the swing of things. You're a levitator, aren't you? You may also be Fire Rock instead of Rock Psychic, because that would be something this mod would do. But you can't be both. Hold on, I need to process this. Okay, super effective there. Actually thinking more about it, having levitate might be something that you did in the... It might just be a vanilla thing for Soul Rock. Oops. Now, how much of that is the whole Ellie just being a champ and the whole explosion being nerfed? Because, especially in a Gen 3 game, that felt way too little damage for an explosion to do, especially non-resisted. Speaking of which, I didn't even have a moment to... I just jumped right in without even thinking of who needed to be swapped in for experience sake. God, but I like this lead. And I do want Ellie out front because of the rock types. I guess we'll do what we did last time. Because Flame Chop may not be great, but at least has an option with Dark type moves. And it might be just enough to get experience. Actually, I think I got a lot of options for rock types. I got a little distracted by the battles in itself, which was what I was trying to avoid, but it is the whole point of the live commentary, is being able to talk about things that are happening on screen, or even more so, reacting to things as they affect you. As I was saying though, I'm not a big talker, so I'd rather have things to edit than force myself to record just because I don't have anything to edit. So I'm taking advantage of the time off I have, and the motivation, the highest I've had after so much lows for so long, to just do various recording sessions scattered throughout the long weekend. Alright, you should at least be neutral. Do I dare to try to set it up? Because I might be able to take out the Aerodactyl one shot, and that'll make using Heat Wave a lot easier and all the other Pokemon get to come out. Or at least go for something like Snarl and have a little bit of a boost. There is a risk because if the Aerodactyl doesn't survive the hit, it'll likely get obliterated. But that's a risk I'm willing to take. Or it could just, you know, be faster because it's Aerodactyl. I'm sorry, Flame Chomp. I tried to get you up there. That being said, I'm kind of surprised I'm actually doing recordings today because it's not like that's the only thing I've done today. Like, it's been a pretty eventful. This weekend in general has been kind of eventful without any particular event going on. Though thinking more about it, that's just another way to say I've been busy. Because for some doctor appointments coming up, I had to get some blood work. So first thing I did was take care of that, then treat myself to some breakfast, and did the whole spiel that I often do when going out. When I go to breakfast, I go to this general store in that same area and check on Pokemon cards. And honestly, I was not expecting anything with Pokemon cards, to the point that I've already ordered some online, but since I was in the same plaza, I decided just to go check it out anyways. And surprisingly enough, they actually had the new Paldean Fate set in store, which if I knew I was going to run into it that quickly, I wouldn't have bothered to. Excuse me. If I knew I was going to run into it that quickly, I wouldn't have bothered to order any online. But alas, hindsight's 2020 and all that. I bring all this up because yeah, I've been collecting cards from certain sets, and this new Paldean Fates is one of those sets that catch my eyes because I'm kind of specific of what sort of cards, what sort of things interest me. So there was like Pokemon Go because I actually play that game, and then like I'm into collecting any cards relating to Hisui, both the Pokemon, the trainers, and the areas. I know that's more than two things, but we're rolling with it. God, if only I could Drain Punch and heal my partner. You know, I just realized that would be a real cool ability. I'm surprised Game Freak? That one's free. It'd be double specific, but it wouldn't be the first time you make a double specific ability. Something where, like, when you recover, your ally gets half of that recovery instead. Or if it just moves out of a secondary effect of healing, like Leech Life or Drain Punch. Instead of healing you, it heals your ally instead. Something like that. I want to see how that would affect a Pokemon game. I would say how it would affect competitive, which isn't exactly wrong, but I've been feeling kind of weird about competitive Pokemon lately. But maybe I'll get into that another time. I want to finish talking about that story a bit. So the thing about the Pokemon cards, finding them in shop made me come to a realization. Like one, those weird bundles that they have with the secondary pack, buying 3 of them actually gets you just as many cards for slightly less, at least, of the tinfoil, than just buying a box. And that really baffled me and made me wonder if I'm actually handling things the most efficiently when it comes to buying them. The good news is that I've never bought the same box more than once, but there have been cases like Pokemon Go where I've bought in 2 different boxes. I think that was the only scenario though. I've been real hesitant to buy the boxes because they're expensive. You get a lot out of them, but in exchange they cost a lot. Or at least you see how quickly the cost of cards add up when you buy a lot of them at once. Meanwhile, if you're just buying like one single pack every month or so, it doesn't seem as bad. It's kind of more in between a month and a week. But I chose to not really. I really want to emphasize that I'm more on the casual side with collecting. Maybe not casual, but I'm nowhere near as hardcore as the people who make their entire online presence over it. Or even the people that don't. Kind of weird playing. I don't think I'll be buying cards for a long time because I almost never open up more than one pack a day, and some days I don't open up any at all because I want to make sure I put aside the time to actually sit down and enjoy opening them and not rush the experience. Get as much enjoyment out of opening a pack as I can and all that. This is a real long tangent to say something I've been meaning to ask the community, and I don't know if anyone else who watches Pokemon cards would be watching this, but if you are, especially if you collect those boxes that they sell of them, what do you do with all the extra stuff? Because I don't play TGC, so for me, anything that's not an actual card, like the energies and the sleeves and all that comes with it, is neat, but it's kind of pointless to me, and I don't know what to do with it because on one hand, I'm never going to touch them for anything, but too much time and care goes into that stuff that I don't feel comfortable just throwing it out. So it's just stuck taking up space that doesn't need to be taken up. So I really been curious to ask the community, especially after I thought more about boxes earlier today. What do you do with the stuff that comes with Pokemon cards that you don't actually want? The first thing that comes to my mind is donating it, but being kind of rural and not the most social, I can't really think of too many places that would actually take those donations. And the ones that I can are pretty far away from me. So, but I'm kind of curious what others in the online community do with their spare battle chips and coins and energy cards and stuff like that. Because if I like the device, I might take it up myself. This is kind of a predicament. I have two Pokemon really weak to grass, but only can attack one of them. And they both are Pokemon that likely have Sturdy, making it more annoying on top of that. Quick conundrum. I think Rhydon is slightly more durable. This battle in particular makes me wish I wasn't leading with Flame Chomp, but she's not gonna get the experience if she's not in these battles. Let's go with this and see what happens. The good news is if they do have Sturdy, that's not gonna be relevant anymore. I just realized, can Heat Wave burn? Because it'd be pretty cool to get a burn off. Alright, what you gonna do? I just realized you're a golem. Oh, thank goodness you didn't explode. I forget if it's Coliseum or XD, but I think I'm reliving some trauma from this area in particular in the vanilla game where there was way too many Pokemon that knew Explosion. Alright, the good news... The bad news is that Aerodactyl is definitely outspeeding me and knocking me out in one hit. I don't remember what the good news was. Sorry. I mean, this would work if they weren't both just gonna be physical attackers. Well, with the rock ground, if I can get rid of that golem before Jolteon comes out here, then maybe Discharge wouldn't be completely pointless. Also, I just realized that I'm swapping a electric type into a ground type. Let's hope this doesn't go terribly. So, yeah. I'm glad the flying type was as obvious to me as it was to the opponent there. Oh, God. Right. Physical attack. Bulky rock type. Oh well, I think it was kind of apparent that Flame Chomp wasn't going to do too much in this battle, and I'll be pretty lucky if she gets to do anything in general. The good news is that this is a nice clean swap for some discharge fun. I mean, doing the discharge attack. I just wish that I'm half tempted to go for Ice Charge to hopefully knock it out before Jolteon can attack, but this is the safer play. I might as well embrace the fact that I'm only going to hit one Pokemon with an AoE attack. It's better than hitting your partner. Plus, I'll get to do the next turn without much trouble. You know, before this battle, I never realized just how diverse Aerodactyl's moves are. And actually, now I'm gonna probably be checking Bulbapedia after this battle to see if Aerodactyl can normally learn half the moves that it's using right now. Because the thing is, they all look like moves that it should know. It makes perfect sense for the moves that it's doing against me. I've just never seen it do any of these moves before. So it kind of confuses me and leaves me in a bit of a, wait, was this always the case but I just was so blind to the Pokemon? Or is this a modded change? Paralyzation, paralyzation, paralyzation. Also, I realize I'm going back into just commentating the battle, but I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say with the whole trading card thing. Only other thing that comes to mind is I wonder how long it'll be before they revisit Hisui, because I'll be honest, that's the next time. If it wasn't for the fact that they make trading card sets that are just shiny. Oh, speaking of shiny, shiny new move. I gotta take a moment to take this in. It's just my imagination, or is it 10 power weaker than I remember it usually? It's 30 power more, but it's significantly less accurate. Plus, I probably end up deleting it eventually, because I probably would TM it back in. Yeah, like, I'll admit, the one reason I'm actually interested in this next series is because I'm a sucker for shiny Pokemon. It's the main thing. It's a big reason that Pokemon Legends is still replayable despite putting 100 hours into it and not really bothering with the main game. It's surprising how the amount of things I haven't done in the game for how much time I put into it. But that's besides the point. This could also work, and would result in it fainting every 5 seconds. And would actually let me use more Pokemon, specifically Pokemon that actually work well for these battles. Oh wow, we're already at 65 already. Time just flies by when you're having fun. What? I want to finish up with the Carson. Yeah. I'll admit, I'm only interested in this new Paladin Fate set, I believe it's called, because it's featuring shiny Pokemon. I'm a sucker for shiny Pokemon. And this is the first set focused around shiny Pokemon ever since I decided to get back into collecting Pokemon cards. So I'm excited to actually get into this series on multiple levels. But if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be interested, because I was convinced I wouldn't be excited for another Pokemon card set until they decided to go back into Hisuian Pokemon, which makes me wonder if we'll ever get another set revolved around Hisuian Pokemon. It's the main reason why I still bothered to go after Astral Radiance, despite how old of a set it is. Because that's just one of the things I'm actually interested in collecting out of them. I was not expecting to lose Pokemon this quickly. I can't believe I'm sending out Flame Chomp when I specifically gave it the experience share under an assumption that I would not bring it out at all for this battle. I'll admit I wasn't paying attention to the battle. You know, for something that's quad weak to fighting, it has a lot of health left. I'm starting to get the impression that I didn't even get a chance to attack before getting knocked out. Do I just go for the superpower now? Because it's... You know, I'm about to faint. So, sure, I'm just gonna go for it. Which of course means the Pokemon that I was already convinced I'm one-shotting is the only one that's gonna take damage from this spread attack. Because of course... Cool. Anyways... I'm kind of just in a weird boat where I really want them to make another set that focuses around Hisuian Pokemon. But the conundrum is, Game Freak has abandoned Pokemon Legends almost instantly for Scarlet and Violet. So the irony is that I want to get more into cards, but the Pokemon that they're focusing around are not the ones that I'm really interested in collecting cards of. Though if you put a little bit of shiny paste on top of all of them, apparently that becomes null and void. Which, I mean, it's good, which is good to some degree, because it gives me something to look forward to. I just hope that they don't stop selling Astral Radiance cards for a good while. I'm already like no longer finding them in stores, even though there's still some Sword and Shield stuff that I see every now and then, and you know, let's go for Tailwind. There's not too much we can do. I just realized this is probably your worst field, because not only is because sure, you were weak to some Pokemon before, but you could at least do neutral damage to them. That is not really the case here. I kind of wish they threw me Bone though, even if they like reuse some Hisuian Pokemon with new art in future sets. That would be fun. But I don't see them bringing back Hisuian stuff unless they bring back Hisuian Pokemon in a Pokemon game. Which I had my hopes up when we had that DLC focused all around historic areas and used that opportunity to bring Hisuian Pokemon into Scarlet and Violet. I was hoping that would lead to a trading card set that at least had some Hisuian Pokemon in the commons and uncommons. But no, it seems like it's gonna be relegated to Astral Radiance for the foreseeable future, and some few miscellaneous ones in other Sword and Shield sets. But so small to the point that, is it really worth buying packs of a series you're not interested in for just 1 or 2 cards? Yeah, at that point, maybe you should just buy them individually online. I am kind of just thinking out loud, but this is also good. Oh! That is also good life advice for anyone who collects cards, I suppose. But this is a big day. I got so into the story I almost didn't give any chance to hype up this. It is time. It's tough because I like having... The problem is now I have to like squeeze Protect onto a bunch of Pokemon's moves pools to avoid like obliterating my own party, but if I can find a pointless move on this move pool, I'll just reteach High Horsepower at another time. We were waiting for this for so long. I was convinced I would have to get a TM for it, like at the very end of the game. Oh, that's a weird... I don't know if that's intentional. So glad I actually have... Oh, and it didn't even attack both of them. Are they both out here? Oh no, that was the last one. Not gonna lie, that caught me off guard. Ooh, it's a good thing this battle's almost over, because this would be an unfortunate fate. Being stuck with Earthquake. Oh, there is another Pokemon! Oh my god, Congener, I'm sorry. To be fair though, as a ride-on, what are you gonna do? I'm in trouble! And we're only at the halfway point. Do I just go for priority this turn? Oh, I do have Hidden Power Ice. But would I be better doing that or going for the Earth? But it's not like I might as well take care of I'd rather not get gained up on, especially this week in health, so priority just to be on the safe side. I just realized I just got Earthquake as we were doing the last battle in the rock section. Life can be cruel sometimes. And I wish that was the most cruelest thing to worry about out there. Thank you, Random Crits, for making my battle choices all the more worthwhile. So we're already done with Area 45? Really? Or I mean 65. I guess that's it, and I'm convinced I'm gonna make these separate videos even if I upload more frequently. That's for me to decide in the future though. Might as well give an outro. Thank you all for tuning in towards this interesting episode of Pokemon XG Next Gen. Let's push onwards to clear out Area 7 next time. Until then though, take care.